Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put the check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride to the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen the rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in a big league.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. It's crazy. I can't believe I missed this today. We got some headline news today from the NFL. They did get an opportunity to speak to Roger Goodell about the situation with Brian Flores and the Miami Dolphins. And let me go ahead and let y'all know what was being said. Before we get started, hit that like button. Come on now. YouTube ain't been sending out the notifications for a week and a half now, but hit that like button. For those who did get the notifications, at least hit it for those who didn't, all right? Punch that like button. Let's hurry up and get it up to 100. That way we can get started because this is some interesting stuff. And they actually named the witness. The witness that heard Stephen Ross tell Brian Flores this. So this is getting this is definitely escalating because they already have the name of the witness who saw him tell him this. And I don't know, man. It's already look like it's headed down the wrong path. And Roger Goodell doesn't look like he's gonna play any games when it comes to this, man. So punch that like button. We need 10 more likes. We had 150 people in here, so hit the like button so we can go ahead and get started. This is crazy. What's his name? I'll give you the name. It's coming up. It's coming up. I'm about to read the article. Armando Salguero dropped this one on Outkick. So check out outkick.com. That's our source for this. Armando Salguero dropped the information. 3 more likes. Let's go, y'all. All right, man. Let's get it done. Here we go. So one day before the Miami Dolphins are scheduled to begin a new chapter in their franchise history with the formal introduction of new coach Mike McDaniel to the media, the lawsuit brought against the team and the entire NFL by former coach Brian Flores cast a shadow that stretched coast to coast. In this West Coast city that's hosting the Super Bowl, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell called Flores' allegations of racism as well as the ones contending he was ordered to lose games by Dolphins club owner Stephen Ross very disturbing. So it went from being unmerited, and now it's very disturbing because they're starting to investigate it. Goodell confirmed the league will investigate the Dolphins and also affirmed the league has the power to remove Ross if allegations are proven. That should worry Ross because Flores apparently has at least one witness willing to collaborate his account that Ross offered him cash to lose games on purpose, according to sources familiar with the matter. The witness is former Dolphins assistant to the head coach Lance Bennett, according to the source. So Lance Bennett is the source. Lance Bennett is willing to testify, willing to cooperate with the investigation. Lance Bennett says he was there when Stephen Ross told Brian Flores he'd give him $100,000 per loss. We now have a name, Lance Bennett, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Bennett, hired by Flores in 2019 as his right-hand man, was told the lawyers representing Flores he is willing to collaborate the coach's account that Ross offered the coach $100,000 to lose games in 2019. Unlike assistant coaches and other staffers Flores hired during his 3 years in Miami, Bennett, apparently also exited the club when Flores was fired. His name no longer appears on the team's updated staff directory. Within walking distance of SoFi Stadium, where Super Bowl will be played Sunday, Goodell conducted his annual State of the League press conference and addressed the Flores lawsuit earlier in the session. First, I found all of the allegations, whether they're based on racism or discrimination or the integrity of the game, all of those to me were very disturbing, Roger Goodell said Wednesday. They are very serious matters to us on all levels, and we need to make sure we get to the bottom of all of them. Integrity of the game is obviously an important element, Goodell added. We are going to look into that. We are going to make sure if there were violations, they won't be tolerated. I couldn't speculate on what they'll be because I have to figure out what the facts are. What's the outcome? When we know what those facts are and the impact they'll have on our game, we'll deal with it very seriously. Goodell did not specify what kind of penalties might come from any violation that are uncovered by an independent investigation, and he did not outline whether the league has begun any action on the matter. But Goodell did say, I do believe that clubs do have the authority to remove Ross if the looming investigations proves that Flores is alleging regarding integrity of the game. That removal process would take a vote of the NFL's other owners. In his lawsuit, which alleges racial discrimination, Flores claimed Ross ordered him to lose games and relayed his displeasure with the Dolphins rally to win 5 of their final 9 games at the end of the 2019 season. Ross has said he will cooperate fully with any NFL inquiry. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, has basically weighed in on the situation, saying that he could remove Stephen Ross if these things turned out to be true. William Harmon said that's not proof. They know they'll never get proof, but if they have another person corroborating the story, and remember, that's just one witness. They say they even have more evidence, and we're waiting. We got to wait for this process to go through to see what all evidence they have. But they do have a testimony on hand. So no matter how you want to look at it, you got a head coach alleging something, and you have a testimony on hand ready to validate what happened. Now, whether the league gives merit to that testimony, I don't know. But here's what's interesting. The Dolphins basically outed Flores, but also the coach, that coach as well, they removed off of their staff as well. So this should be very interesting. Mr. Ballgame said, who is the witness? Let me give you the name again. The witness is Bennett. Lance Bennett. Lance Bennett, Flores' assistant. It said the assistant to the head coach, Lance Bennett. He was the witness. Lance Bennett was there when he told him that. I don't know much about Lance Bennett. Let me see. Lance Bennett was a football coach during the 2019 season as the assistant to the head coach of the Miami Dolphins during his long season. Well, that would make sense because I thought it was. I was like, man, I don't know if Ross is gonna say something like that in front of position coaches and stuff like that. It would have had to be in front of Greer or coordinator or assistant head coach. And sure enough, it ended up being the actual assistant head coach, Lance Bennett. Flores is the guy that was right under Flores. That's the dude that always follows Flores around. He's always with him. He's always with him. So first time hearing his name. Exactly. You know, I'm not familiar as well, but this is the guy that's the assistant to Flores, right? His right-hand man. So he's pretty much with him everywhere he goes. He's in every meeting, he's in every conversation. So if anybody has witnessing powers, it would be him, I would say. Why didn't Flo bring this up in 2019? Why would he? Your boss asks you to do something wrong, you say no, you keep it moving. Your boss don't like you for it, oh well, you keep it moving. What benefit would it have done in 2019 for Ross to say, he offered me this? What benefit would that have been? And I know some people say, yeah, but if that's what it's for, the benefit, then that ain't right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Most people will allow your trash to go on without saying nothing until it affects them. That's human nature. Tell me I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me I'm wrong. Most people will allow you to do your dirt until it affects them. That's human nature. We've all seen things that aren't favorable that we could have, what do we want to say, snitch on? We have all seen things that we could have snitched on, but we left it be unless it impacted us. Human nature. Now, if we want to debate that, then I need to first ask you, are you human? If we're going to keep it 1,000, which we try to do over here, keep it 100. Don't make us always right, but we just try to keep it 100 over here. Because I keep hearing that narrative. Then why didn't he say nothing then? Does that change the fact that it happened? Does it change the fact that it happened? Somebody said, got to have proof. Hearsay don't count. This ain't hearsay. This is somebody that will go on record and testify if necessary. It's not hearsay. Hearsay is, I heard, that person heard. We have a straight up person saying, I was there. I heard it. First person, I'm willing to testify. That is not hearsay. Hearsay is what you heard from somebody else. This is a first-hand account. We got to know what these terms actually mean. And is there evidence? Yes, a testimony is evidence. A testimony is evidence, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the same people that talk about, yeah, but why don't you keep the same energy with, Watson's accusers? Isn't their testimonies evidence? Because if they weren't, then what would we be talking about? These are the same people that make that argument, and now they want to flip their argument when it comes to this. It's definitely evidence, ladies and gentlemen. Now, is it the type of evidence where you have the actual recording? No. Because now they have to interview Bennett and look at how good of a witness he is. The job now is can we discredit Bennett? Because if we can, then okay. And if we can't, then we're screwed. Because again, y'all got to look at the bigger picture. We're talking about civil court, potentially. A big payday, right? Civil court. Civil court. When you go to court, that jury's going to listen to Bennett. And Bennett's going to say, blah, 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 blah. This is what I heard. Vic said, TD, who else was there? Maybe I missed it. Lance Bennett came out and basically said he's willing to testify and all of that because he was there when Ross offered Flores $100,000 to 10 games. Roger Goodell said that he's concerned about it. Roger Goodell also said that they do have the power to remove Stephen Ross as the owner if these allegations end up being true. The owners would have to vote on it. Now, the owners would vote him out if this ends up to be true because they'll stick together on the racial part, but they ain't sticking together on you offering money. The owners will definitely probably stick together and not even think about voting him out as a way of making it racial. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, when it comes to Stephen Ross and the Miami Dolphins and Flores, that wasn't a racist situation. That was a situation of trying to take advantage of him, asking him to do the dirty work and put his reputation on the line, asking him to do the illegal acts. And obviously now trying to have no culpability, like, I never did that. So what do you think would have happened if he would have actually did those things? I don't think the whole Dolphin situation is a racial thing at all. But what Flores is highlighting when it comes to race is how no African Americans are getting jobs. No African Americans are getting the fair shots when there is an opportunity. That's what I think is going on. But in this situation, Ross said he's willing to fully cooperate. But hey, I'm gonna tell you now, man, this don't look good for Ross, whether people want to admit it or not. This just isn't a good look for Ross. But that's why I've never asked y'all to donate on this channel. But if they end up kicking Ross out the league, man, I need y'all to help me get enough money to become the owner. Oh, man. That's not what you've been saying. What part about that, Chase Fulford? If you're talking about the racial part about it, you're a lie. You're a lie. I didn't say they fired Flores because he was a black man. I've never said that. So what do you mean that's not what I've been saying? You're definitely wrong. And if it does have something to do with race, I talked about the fact that Flores would not agree to do anything illegal because of his race. It's going to be looked at 10 times worse because of his race. It'll be the proof that these owners need to say this is why you can't put people of that race in charge. But I never said the reason why he was fired by the Dolphins had anything to do with race. It don't make no sense. The legal proof is the hard part, but sounds like he should go. Yeah. But again, even with what you have now, it can be enough. And let me tell you why. This has already put a dark cloud over the league in the gambling world. You got big old gambling companies signing contracts with the NFL. This puts a damper in it. You think these owners want that? They don't like that. They don't like that, man. Let's have the fans on the team, kind of like Green Bay. No. Because let me tell you something. One thing I just learned about Dolphin fans in the last 2 years, you'll let anybody come invade your fan base. You'll let anybody come in, invade your fan base. Miami Dolphin fans will let anybody come invade our fan base. We were all Dolphin fans, and as soon as the Tuaneers got in, come on in here. Come on and get on in here. It don't matter if you're bringing weapons of mass destruction. It don't matter what you're bringing. Y'all come on in here. No. Talking about fans on the team. Who gonna make the decisions? Oh man. I think this will blow over. Nobody cares about Flo. He seems super salty with zero principles. I know for a fact, Matthew Rankin, it's not going to blow over because you actually have a lawsuit filed. It can't blow over because there's a lawsuit filed. The NFL has to address these allegations in court. And the Brian Flores' lawyer has already put at the top of the lawsuit, we are requesting a trial by jury. This is not going to blow over. And 9 times out of 10, I believe a jury would side with Brian Flores when you look at the circumstantial evidence. When you look at all the evidence that would statistically suggest the findings. That's why they want a jury trial. Because when you get a jury trial, it's real easy to paint the picture. You don't have to go off of a judge ruling because a judge may just use just a flat out law and make a discretionary call and maybe like, yeah, I'll accept it or no, I won't. Jury, it's easy to prove what Brian Flores is alleging to a jury. The numbers are overwhelming. You walk up to that jury and the only thing you need to say is they implemented a Rooney Rule for a reason. Here's the reason. And back then there were 8 coaches and we wanted it to be better. Today there's 1. I mean, maybe 2 or something like that now. But at the time of the lawsuit, it's 1. It got worse. My client was the highest coveted head coach as soon as he was released by the Dolphins. Every expert, every analyst, former general managers said that he would be the prime candidate. Out of 8 jobs and didn't get 1. Got passed up by coaches who never even had experience coaching a team. Doesn't even have the experience. Doesn't have the resume. My client has been a vocal part in multiple Super Bowl victories. Do you know those Patriots? Oh, yeah, we know them. That's what Tom Brady, they won a lot. Yeah, I don't watch football really, but yeah, I know them. They won a lot. Yes, my client was a part of that. One of the best coaching staffs in the league. And he gets passed up by guys who've never even been there, who've never even won one. It's that simple. You throw that to a jury, and I didn't even talk about all the allegations and stuff. Something as simple as that in 2022, with the racial climate being the way that it is, slam dunk. Slam dunk. And you ain't got to prove nothing. It's by jury. All you got to do is tug on their heart. It's that simple. All these people, yeah, but that's not real evidence. Trial by jury. All you got to do is get the jury to believe it. So let me ask everybody in the comment section. Forget about Brian Flores for a second. Forget about Brian Flores for a second. Yes or no in the comment section. The fact that 70% of the league is African American. And you got African-American coaches all in the league, but at lower levels. And you got 1 African-American head coach out of 32. Yes or no? Is there at least 1% race factor in the NFL? Is there at least a 1% race factor in the NFL? I'm not even going to say a big percent. 1%. Do you believe that some decisions are made at least 1% because of race in the NFL? Yes or no in the comment section. We getting all these yeses, right? And I only got 1 no so far, but let me tell you something about that no. And this is where they pull the hearts of the jury again. We're talking about an owner who literally said that another black head coach was too hip-hop from him. And this is the only long-term successful black coach in the NFL that was currently coaching. Mike Tomlin. We're talking about a owner who said that Mike Tomlin, one of the best to do it, from the only African American coach in the league, was too hip hop for him. Tell the jury that. Slam dunk. Tell the jury that. Slam dunk. But at the end of the day, as long as they can prove 1% racism, they know that they're going to have to side with Flores and his team to try to balance the scales. In 2022, this is what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And it's filed in New York. You know what the climate is from a political standpoint in New York about stuff like that? Psh, slam dunk. Slam dunk. Whether we agree or not, you know good and well in front of a jury, slam dunk. And I think what's going to end up happening, the NFL is going to look at it like this. All right, we're willing to settle. This is our amount, and we'll out the owner. It'll be a lower amount and out the owner. If they want to keep the owner, it's going to be a higher amount. Because they got to be able to show that they're doing something on both sides. They got to be able to show that they're doing something on the monetary side, because this is a suit, and they got to be able to show that they're doing something to make change in the league. It's that simple, man. And this is unfortunate because this is a cloud over our team. And I hate that it could bring on even more change. This could bring on even more change for us, man. Matthew said, I love your effort anyway, TD. I'm just not buying what's being sold. You ain't got to buy it. That jury does. You ain't got to buy nothing from me. I'm telling you exactly what they're going to bring to court. And that's the tip of the iceberg. I just gave you the simple pieces. Then when you start diving into all the numbers and showing them, oh, it's going to be clear. You don't, like I said, you don't have to buy it, but that jury would. Do you buy that the jury would buy it? Maybe not. But I'll say this, man. At the end of the day, it's just not looking good for Ross, because you got Flores saying it happened, and you got a guy who is actually saying he was there when it happened. Flores going to get paid out of this no matter what, ladies and gentlemen. It's inevitable. You think first of all, do you think the NFL is going to even want this to get in front of a jury? Yes or no in the comment section. Do you think the NFL is even going to want to let this get in front of the jury? TD, in 2012, the Dolphins were going to move to LA till Ross put up his money for stadium upgrades. Hope this works out. He saves the Fins from moving. Hey, man, it is what it is. If he saved him from moving, all the moves that he's been doing has been for himself anyway. It's that simple. Yes, because Flores got no case. Okay, well, if that's what you want to believe. Y'all stopped the jail Ross. He didn't do anything criminal. I know if he offered to tank games in a criminal case, it'll be harder. So don't start with this jail Ross. I don't think he's going to jail, because in a criminal case, everything I'm saying right now wouldn't even matter. I don't think it will matter in a criminal case. That's why I told y'all, even with the Deshaun Watson situation, in a civil case, he's screwed. In a criminal case, we still waiting on the charges. In a criminal case, we still waiting on the charges. It's the same situation. I felt uncomfortable, and I felt like I had to do things. I felt coerced. All of that stuff. In a criminal case, there's no solid evidence. In a civil case, you're screwed. Let me see. He said, hey, TD, you missed my super chat. I don't want to do that. I think I found it. Oh, I read that one. Is there another one I missed? I didn't see any other donation. I don't think I missed. Oh, here it is. My bad, bro. The rumor about Flores not talking to his staff after Thanksgiving makes sense. Tell me, how does that make sense? That makes sense. I wish people would think. Huh? The rumor about Flores not talking to his staff after Thanksgiving makes sense. Tell me, how does that make sense? I wish people would think. I don't even know what that's about. He wasn't talking to his staff, but then the Giants interview his entire staff, and the Giants come out and say his staff gave him nothing but rave reviews, not a single complaint, flying colors. First of all, where did that rumor come from that he wasn't talking to his staff anymore? Can somebody tell me the origin of that rumor, or did you hear that from another podcaster? Spread by somebody they know close to the situation. Just curious. Somebody please tell me, where did you hear that rumor come from? Was it Omar? Was it Big O? I don't know. Where did you hear it from? Big O started it? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'm here to tell y'all it ain't true. No evidence and no proof of that being the case. In the Giants interview, his whole staff raving reviews, highly impressed. But there was a strong campaign to demonize Brian Flores before they even fired him. And as soon as he got fired, they piled on top of it. Y'all ain't got to be disrespectful to Big O. I don't agree with 90% of what he says, but you don't have to be disrespectful. So we're not going to sit here and name call and do all that stuff, though. Again, whether we agree or disagree with somebody, we're not going to be disrespectful to them over here, all right? Have your disagreement, but all the let's not do that. We better than that, y'all. We bigger than that. But like I said, man, all of that was crap. And it's sad, man. You hear 2 or 3 people that everybody listen to say something, and it's the gospel, and it gets carried on, and people start believing that narrative. I keep hearing so much stuff that just ain't even true. And I'd be like, where did this come from in the first place? Well, I heard it. I heard it from this podcast, or I heard it from a trainer, or I heard it from oh my gosh. Everyone has their opinion, TD. I agree, and I'm letting people have their opinion. I just don't want them being disrespectful to other people. I have my opinion. Big O may have his, but I'm not going to let anybody disrespect him, though. I don't even know the man. I don't know him at all. But we don't have to do the disrespect over here. We can let them do that if they choose to. They can disrespect me all they want. You know, God will sort that out. He always does. This is all true. Goodbye, Ross. Well, we'll see, man. The problem with this situation, unless they do have text messages or things like that, because here's what I think they do have. And again, this is me, what I believe, because they said that there is some direct information from even Chris Greer on this, as far as like text messages or something. They might actually just be holding on to that. Like if they do have text messages, see what happens is if a lawyer and like say Flores and a lawyer has text messages from Chris Greer insinuating it, you know, or anything in relation to it. Even what Flores put in the press in his statement that Greer told him that Ross was upset with him for winning games. He is growing upset with you. Even if they can prove that in a text message or something, which is alleged to be out there, but again, that's alleged. TD just said alleged. They're going to say, oh, TD said it is. No, I didn't. They're saying that Brian Flores also has text messages of proof that Chris Greer knows that Ross was upset with him as well about winning the games. If they really have that, they won't disclose that until they take it so far to court to where the judge approves this case to move forward, and the NFL won't know about it until discovery. But here's the bad situation they'll put the NFL in. When the NFL does this investigation, they have to sit back and be like, I wonder, do they have anything else? Do they have anything else? If we don't believe they have anything else, we could end this, close the book, and say, whatever, let's take it to court. It is what it is. We don't feel you got enough anyway. But the NFL is the ones in the guessing game. And if they feel like, well, man, they might have the smoking gun, then let's talk about this now and start offering preliminary settlements and stuff. Because what will happen is Flores and his team will sit on that sitting gun, and as soon as they come out in the public and say we denying it and we willing to go to court, they basically box themselves in and says, forget you. We don't believe it. And then when they go to a judge, they release that information, and the judge he allows discovery, and those guys move forward in that process. Then the NFL has no backtracking they can do. All they're going to get is that evidence, and the judge is going to call both sides in the room and say, NFL, the judge is at least this gracious. Instead of letting it go to trial, the judge will say, NFL, I think you need to go ahead and sit down in the room and figure this out with them. I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to do that. And they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And they're going to have a non-disclosure agreement signed where nobody knows that they had that information. You won't know how bad they got them caught up because they're going to sign, they're going to give them that money, and they're going to promise whatever changes in the league they're going to say they're going to do. They're going to put a little fiduciary, a little fund to the side that says this is a fund for equality. We're going to, put aside $10 million a year for equality hires and blah, 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 more incentives if you hire minorities, all that stuff they're going to put in place. And you'll never know the details of how deep it went with Ross or the proof that was ever found. You'll just see the settlement in a non-disclosure agreement filed. It's that simple. Same thing with Kaepernick. I love what he stood for and what he was doing, but it hurt my heart when he took the money because now we never get to see all the evidence and all the things come out. All the outcome, we don't get none of that because you settled and you signed a non-disclosure agreement. Now nobody can talk about it. The league stays intact. Nobody knows how bad it was. My TD didn't like how Big O disrespected Coach Flo. I didn't either. But again, it's his opinion, right? And he has a right to say, I don't care if he was like, Coach Flo is trash. He's the worst coach ever. He's that's an opinion. That's fine. And again, I don't fault him if he got some bad information and he was giving that narrative on his stream. I don't fault him for that. The only thing I don't like is when you see the Giants come out talking about his staff gave rave reviews, people didn't care. They start doubling down on Flores, even though it proved that half of that stuff was a lie. Everybody knew Flores was a tough cookie and was hard and was getting all in people's face and going at it. But they made it seem like this man would walk around the locker room giving 5 fingers to the face all day. Blah! Noah, I'm sick of you not being on the field. Come here, Jesse Davis. Blah! What you want, Tua? You can't talk to people that way. Man, that's how they made it seem. They made it seem like that man was walking up and down. Up and down, man. The locker room just 5-fingering people, man. It was crazy, man. They went on a campaign to kill Flores in his image in Miami. Boy, they worked hard, man. Triple S Podcast, the homie, man. He said Flores lawyers gonna pull up the contract tracing data to prove the assistant was with Flores and Ross. Everyone in the facility carries one around. You're right. And don't let them have dates. All they got to do is go look at footage and stuff and see who was previewing meetings and everything, because then they'll force people to testify, like say Greer was in the room at the time, because Greer sure is keeping quiet. Ross done made statements. Where you at, Greer? Greer like, my name Greer and I ain't got nothing to do with it. Oh man, my name Bennett and I ain't in it, but Lance Bennett is in it. Oh man. TD, you accuse people falsely. So sad. Cloud Life, who did I accuse falsely? Help me out, man, because I don't want to do that, bro. So I'll wait on your comment, man. I'm a humble person, bro. Tell me who I accuse falsely. I want to make sure that I clear that up if I did, or tell you where your misperception is if you feel that way. I don't think I've accused anyone falsely. Okay. You accuse Ross, right? When did I accuse Ross? I've been telling Brian Flores' story. This is what Brian Flores said, and I give you the narration of how it happened. If what Brian Flores said is true, this is how it happened. But if it goes to court, I ain't got to accuse nobody. We already know what the outcome is going to be. We already know what the outcome is going to be. The first day this came out, I said Flores could be lying. But at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff is adding up. Time will tell. We'll see if it's true or not. But this is what Flores saying. Then I go down the narration of Flores. So Ross had the nerve to say this and say that. I'm just giving you his narration. Okay, Flores' story is just one side. How is that right? You're right, Cloud Life. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to hear Ross's side of the story? Here's Ross's side of the story. Okay, man, listen, man. I called Brian Flores in the office one day. I told him just straight up, man, hey, you're winning. We're struggling this year. I see you starting to pull off some wins. You're a great coach, man. Keep it up. Get us some more. I love it. And then the rest of Ross's story. Yeah, man, I remember inviting him to lunch one day on a yacht, and he just left. I don't know why he just left. He just left. I don't know what's going on with that. So that's both sides of the story. Is that fair, Cloud Life? Is that fair now? How is that? How is that, ladies and gentlemen? Is that fair? I just gave both sides of the story. You already know the Flores story. That's the Ross's story. Is there any more I can add to it that's necessary? Okay, that was not Ross's side of the story. You're not serious, dude. No. Hold on. Ross vehemently denied these allegations. So I just gave you a story that didn't even include the allegations. I don't know what he's talking about. I tried to make him meet with a prominent quarterback. I just invited him to lunch. I don't know what he talked about $100,000. I just was happy that he was winning games. Good job, Flores. Keep winning them. What more to the story is there to tell from Ross? That's what you call a denial. I'm just depicting it for you, what a denial may sound like. It's giving you a story without any of those elements that Flores is accusing. So why don't you narrate the story? Why don't you tell me what that story would have looked like, the real story? I think I did a doggone good job. It's a normal conversation that's not including these crazy allegations. I mean, I don't get that. Somebody said Ahmad challenging TD. Interesting. Why wouldn't Ahmad be able to have a different opinion than me? I mean, they're not Ahmad because they agree with me. They're Ahmad because they like the channel and they like to handle the comment section and help me build it and make sure that we have a healthy comment section. As a matter of fact, debate is what built this channel. Debate is what built this channel. That's what makes the conversations great. Message retracted. LOL, message retracted. No, I'm still trying to figure out. Cloud Life said I'm a mod. Absolutely, man. Y'all make it seem like me and Cloud Life got an issue. He got an opinion, I got an opinion, and he's every right to say the same what he feel. That's what I want. I respect people like that. I respect people that can disagree with me and not run because they in their feelings. You know how long Cloud Life been here? This ain't the first time he's disagreed with something I said. He ain't one of these betas. He ain't one of these weak ones. Oh, man, I can't stand what you just said. I'm out of here. All that mess, man. People can't even accept somebody else's opinion. It's all about the debate. That's what makes it fun. You know, I love the debate, and here's why. Because what's my famous saying? Time always tells. And I'm still waiting on people to tell me what's something that I've profusely debated that time hasn't told so far, that ain't at least still in the process of trying to determine. Let's not do that, Timothy. Let's not make this political. Let's not make this political, bro. Something fishy with that situation, TD. Yeah, I know it is. But did you hear Flores' story, and did you hear Ross's story? Which one's more believable to y'all? That's all I'm saying. Which one's more believable to y'all? It's interesting, man. Is Kyler Murray done with the Cardinals? I don't think so, man. I think that's just a ploy they picked up. I think they didn't, most quarterbacks like to get their contract right at that sweet time, and they didn't give it to him. Stephen Ross will say Flores misunderstood me. I told him that I would give $100,000 for his fish tank. I was at his house, and he had a beautiful aquarium in his house. Lord, Ross ain't gonna get away with that one, bro. There ain't no fish tank in somebody's house that you can't duplicate for $100K yourself. But I get you. Oh, man. DDW is just a positive dude. Absolutely. That's my homie. He'll never debate anything or have a strong opinion. Doug debates stuff. He has a strong opinion on things. Yeah, but he is a positive dude. That's what I love about him, man. That's what I love about Doug. He has 16 aquariums. This is hilarious. People saying let the investigation finish for Ross, a rich white guy, but condemn Watson before anything is done. Shaking my head. You know what? I never thought about it like that, Mike. You are right. Let the investigation finish for Ross, but Watson guilty. He guilty. Period. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I don't care if they all did set him up. He guilty. Oh, man. Doug has strong opinions. I figure, yeah, he does, man. Oh, man. Reason and Big O are the same person. Y'all mad at Ross because he got rid of Flores? I don't think people are mad that he got rid of Flores. I think people have been mad at Ross for years now. People have been mad at Ross for years. This goes before this whole situation. A lot of people have been saying for years, this team ain't gonna never be nothing until they get a new owner. And I was defending Ross. I was like, man, he is technically still a new owner. But a lot of people have been saying that for a while. Our O-line is trash. There's nothing to talk about. Yeah, well, why we ain't got a better O-line? Who do we blame for that? Who do we blame for not having a better O-line if that's what we should be talking about? One thing, if you say something like that around more than Flores, you are stupid. I didn't know it. I didn't know what that meant. Yeah, I get. Jolie, how you don't have a mod? That don't even make sense. My bad. I'm still answering the comment section, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, that's Greer fault, huh? Okay. And who's Greer's boss? Who holds Greer accountable? So if we want to talk about O-lines, who's the one that's supposed to be holding Greer accountable? It's their fault. Whoever y'all want to name that person as the accountability for Greer, that's whose fault it is. That's whose fault it is, okay? Coaching staff is to blame for O-line. You think so? Or is it talent? So if the coaching staff is what we should blame for O-line, then you're an individual that will be just fine if we keep all the same linemen we have now and don't upgrade any of them. Let's just get the right coaches. I'm just curious. Maybe that's your take. I'm just curious on that one. Tua not having O-line any direction. Tua definitely needs an O-line. Anybody who ignores that, you're delusional. Tua definitely needs an O-line. He definitely needs an O-line. So you're saying every team, bad players, is the owner's fault, or is it just Ross in this case? No, I'm saying that our O-line has been bad so long that at some point you got to look somewhere else than coaches. When you done brought coach after coach after coach in, at some point you just have to realize the personnel is trash. At some point. 2 years ago, it ain't our front office or owner's fault that we got a bad O-line. A year ago, they ain't making no real changes. They even going younger. It starts to become less of a coach issue and more of a whoever's selecting the personnel. And then even from there, who's allowing these decisions to keep being made like this? I'm not a judge, but the truth will come out. Watch. Yeah, I agree. There's one key difference between the Bengals and the Dolphins. Oh, boy. TD, why are the Bengals in the Super Bowl with a trash O-line, but the Dolphins aren't? Easy answer. I'll wait. Well, first of all, the Bengals don't have a trash O-line. They just have a bad O-line. I'm that type of person. If your O-line ain't top 15, they're bad. And they're ranked 22nd. They have a really good left tackle. They have a good guard. And their center, right guard, and right tackle are just trash. Bengals O-line is bottom 5. No, they were ranked 22nd going into the last week of the season. I mean, I don't know if they've dropped that much, but 22nd going into the last week of the season. They gave up the most sacks. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Which would y'all rather, pressures or sacks? Which would you rather your line give up, pressures or sacks? I'm saying this because I'm so angry about. I'm asking y'all this question for a reason, but it angers me. It angers me. Which would you rather, a pressure or a sack? Which one do you rather have? I understand neither, but you got to pick one because every quarterback's pressure. But yeah, which one would you rather? Pressures or sacks? Simeon said pressures is worse. Wow. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, a pressure is not worse than a sack, man. Where did we start this narrative? Where did we start this narrative that a pressure is worse than a sack? When did the Miami Dolphins fans start this ridiculous narrative? In a sack, the play is over. In a pressure, you can still make a play. A sack is finite. It's done. A pressure, you can still make a play. Look at the pass he delivered while under pressure. Look how he avoids the pressure. Look how he slides up against the pressure. Look how he got out of the pressure. All of those are possibilities, but a sack, it's over. Why have the Miami Dolphin fans start lying to themselves and believing this narrative that I got to ask you again, where did you get this from? I already know where people got this one from, but I'm going to leave it alone. But I'm going to ask you, where did you get this from? That pressures are worse than sacks. Oh my gosh. Because guess what? You can have all the sacks in the world. You still going to have pressures on top of it. You still going to have. Oh my God. A sack is the worst outcome of a pressure. A sack is the worst outcome of a pressure. Well, not really an interception, a lot of those things. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we just watched the man run for his life for the whole playoffs with immense pressure. I ain't never seen a quarterback pressured as much as this man in the playoffs, and he going to the Super Bowl. And he's going to the Super Bowl. And he got sacked a lot. Gosh, man. Y'all, where do these narratives come from? Pressures doesn't always guarantee a successful play, but a sack don't guarantee nothing. Do you see the difference? I'm not saying either of them are favorable, but let's not sit here and keep this lie up like pressures are better to have. I mean, sacks are worse or better than pressures. Can we not start that lie? We know that pressures doesn't guarantee a play, but it gives you the chance to make one. Ain't no more play that can be made if you get sacked. It is what it is. Yeah, they both are bad, but one is worse than the other. And we've been lying to ourselves to justify why a certain somebody has been struggling. And we've gone to the stat sheet and said, oh, look, we lead the league in pressures. Yep, that's why. Look, man, no, we're the worst in pressures. All of a sudden, for the last 2 years, was the first time I heard in my life that pressures are worse than sacks. Well, this guy lead the league in sacks. Yeah, but Tua gets pressured more. That's even worse. Oh, my God. Where did this come from? Miami Fan 113 said, it's not a good look that the firm Flores hired doesn't have a single black employee. I didn't know this until I saw it on Speak for Yourself. A firm is going after the NFL who has no diversity. Shaking my head. You know what? I want to actually comment on that. I'm in total disagreement on that. And let me tell you why. It's just like black coaches in this league. Here's what's funny to me. Black coaches in this league have showed over and over again that they are going to hire who they feel is best for the job. And that's why they always hiring black and Caucasian coaches. Black coaches are always hiring Caucasian coaches as well as some black coaches. But if Flores wants to look up reviews on a law firm, I don't think he's ever had to deal with this before. He's never been in this situation. Why does this man have to say, hey, I need to find a law firm, make sure they black? No. Who's doing that? What you're going to do is you're going to go look for the best qualified to represent you. You're not going to do a background and say, do they have any black people in their firm? You're going to go find the best person to represent you in your case, and you're going to hire them. Somebody say he's trolling, TD. No, this was actually on TV. I saw that. And this is what I call that definition of trying to tear the victim down. Have y'all ever heard of that? You know how they do that on TV when an innocent black man gets somebody knee on his neck and he dies, and the only thing they want to put on TV is his past criminal history or what ain't good about him? It's the same equivalence to me. Flores is claiming to be the victim, and we want to criticize how he going about doing what he needs to do. I was disgusted when I saw that. Matter of fact, it's embarrassing to even go to those lengths to try to contradict Flores. Well, he talk about disparity in the NFL, then why is the law firm that he hired don't have any minority? Do you understand how deep you got to go to try to even the playing field to say that? People need to stop that. And you know what? Matter of fact, maybe he did do his due diligence and he felt like those 5 white guys at that firm was the best that he could find. Maybe he felt that way. I don't know. Maybe he got the recommendation from somebody else. Go with these guys. I know them well. Who knows? But for people to come up and try to start making him as the, oh, well, look at the flaw in his approach. That's crazy to me. It's real crazy to me. I thought that was real unfair when I saw Hacho and them on TV saying that mess. Out of all people, why y'all, hey, Flores talk about discrimination, then why would he hire an all-white firm? Because some people aren't biased. Some people don't have to go all black because they black. Some people just want to look at resumes and go with the best available. And the crazy thing is, that's all he's asking the NFL to do. That's all he's asking the NFL to do. It's crazy to me. But with the NFL, you know that there are some African-American coaches that are greatly more qualified than some of their Caucasian counterparts that's getting a job. You know that. You know that for a fact. But if you want to talk about the attorney world, trust me when I tell you, when you look at resumes in New York City, some of the most lucrative lawyers there are, trust me, the sample size of African-American lawyers that have a great track record is probably small anyway. Let's just keep it 1,000. Yeah, you're going to have some prominent African-American lawyers, but I bet you that number in New York in some of the best areas is a small number. Probably more indicative with the population, 13%. But in the NFL, you got 70% of all people that work in the NFL African American. Ain't even adding up. Just call it what it is. The man fighting for equality, and you expecting him not to be equal by just selecting, a black law firm because that's his color. And you know what? I got to go there. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone because people ain't gonna want to hear this. I'm just gonna say it. Truth of the matter is, they probably wouldn't. If they were black lawyers, the sad part about it is people would take it 10 times less serious, which is unfortunate. If there were African American lawyers up there on TV and all of that stuff, they would probably take it 10 times less serious, which is so freaking unfortunate. So sometimes the sad part about it is you got to play the game to get results. It is what it is. Crazy to me, man. People don't understand, man, what's going on out here in this world, man. It's just so it's some unfair things happening, man. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, whether you're white, black, whatever color, whatever you're from, and all this and that, man, we all bleed. We all bleed, man. We all live and die. I wish people would just remember that and stop. Oh my gosh, man, we don't have to have these differences. Society is telling us we different. Yeah, we may look different, but gosh, man, we ain't gotta be like this. We could, man, I just don't get it, man. I interact with some of the coolest white people I've ever met. And they say some people say the same vice versa to me, and I don't even understand why there needs to be tension in this world like that, man. It's ridiculous, man. TD, you're such a big baby victim. Oh, Lord. I don't even know why I put up with you sometimes, Cloud Life. He said, TD, you're such a big baby victim. So sad for you. What am I the victim about? I'm not over here being the victim. I'm just telling you how I feel. What is wrong with you, Cloud Life? Do you come over here just to critique everything I say and do, bro? You just say things and don't have no merit behind it. You just throw it out there, man. TD, you're such the big baby victim. If everything you got to say about me is negative like that, I got to ask you, like I ask everybody else like you, what keeps you coming back? What is it that keeps you coming back? Somebody said, don't feed the animals, TD. No, 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 no. I like doing this. I like doing this because I be trying to understand what keeps you coming back. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. What keeps you coming back? I want to know. I like to know what keeps you here. Oh man, what is it? I'm just, bruh. I'm like, what is this addictive effect that I must be have? I don't even get it, bro. Oh my gosh. Only person in my life I want to feel this way is my wife. Why do I got these grown men feeling this way about me? Oh my gosh, man. Listen, man. I'm married, bro. I'm straight. I don't get it, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I've never thought went that way and nothing like that, man. I can't have you keep obsessing about me like this, man. You gotta stop, man. You gotta be respectful to my wife. All right. Oh, I said, let me get some of that sweet TD. Oh my gosh. That's the thing about haters, TD. You watch you as if they are your biggest fan. I know, man. My haters been working overtime lately. Y'all need to go to Twitter. My haters been working overtime. It's people that watch every somebody clipped me today. Y'all remember that stream I said where I got it mistaken? I was like, um George Kittle played with Patrick Mahomes because I was thinking about Kelsey in my head, Kelsey or whatever, and I messed that up. And in 20 seconds after I messed it up, I said, "Oh, y'all disregard what I just said. I'm having a brain fart. I'm totally wrong." They didn't put that part in there. They clipped the 20 seconds of me saying that Kittle Mahomes is Kittle's quarterback, and they put it on Twitter and said, "And this is supposed to be y'all king." I'm like, dang, my haters are that serious that they sit back and watch me and wait for me to make a mistake like that. And they'll clip that little mistake out and they'll put it on Twitter and say, this is supposed to be y'all king. What? Like, I've never been viewed as a king. I'm like, man, do I have that much clout in this community to where people are coming after me, calling me the king, trying to make other people feel bad about being the king? I'm like, man, they're like putting me at a higher level than I could ever even imagine. Is this your king? I'm like, what? And then they keep on showing images of all my other channels, like TD Saints Talk, TD. As a matter of fact, let me just show some of y'all, man. Oh my gosh. So now this is what they doing, which is so funny to me because all of these channels are adding subscribers, which is crazy to me. Now they're doing this. Oh, I'm live right now. Oh, here it is. Now they're coming to these and they're clicking on each and every one of them and they're screenshotting videos of me on them or whatever. And they're trying to write this narrative. He's a fake Dolphins fan. He's covering other teams and all of the, and this is the victimhood of social media. This is the sad part about social media. You can go look at me do a video on TD Cowboys Talk and say he's a fake Dolphins fan because he did a video about another team. But yet these same people talking about what Stephen A. Smith said the other morning or what Skipper Shannon said the other morning. And I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to cover other teams and talk sports about other teams. And they think that this is exposing me. And everybody sends me a screenshot on Twitter. Hey, is this your Eagles talk? I say, go subscribe. And all of them have added a few subscribers since their hate campaign. And it's amazing to me. Cowboys are trash, though. Well, it's still, I mean, commentary to talk about them. It's commentary to talk about them. But I'm going to keep moving on despite the haters. I really want to build my own sports network one day and have it up and running and hitting at all cylinders. So I will never let the haters try to drown me out of doing that because they're trying to say that I'm not a real Dolphins fan. That I'm not a real Dolphins fan. It's funny, though. TD Jets Talk. I don't have the Jets. Every YouTuber that I know has a channel. I didn't do them. That's my last phase when I get the other ones up and running and they're going well and I can hire a contributor to handle those channels because that's the goal. Right now, I don't have the resources to actually hire someone for every channel. So once I get rolling on it, I have to do the news myself. But once I make those channels lucrative and make money and things of that nature, now I can take all those proceeds and actually hire a full-time analyst for each of those channels. And that's the ultimate goal. So in the meantime, you got to deal with the haters. You got to deal with the people trying to slander the brand. See, they're not slandering me. They think they are. They're trying to slander the brand. But that's why I always tell y'all what's going on and what's happening. But we still get new subscribers. TD, is this true? Then I got to always explain what the vision is. Oh, okay, I understand. Oh, that's what's up, bro. That's good for you. But the way they present it on Twitter and all of that, my haters work overtime. How can a grown man take time out of their day to clip videos and stuff to put on Twitter to say, is this your king? That tells you the type of people they are. But I appreciate them because they actually helping the numbers grow, actually. I don't even think they realize that. They're actually helping the numbers grow. But hey, if you haven't subscribed to all those channels, go subscribe to them. For at this point right now, it's just you showing support of the vision that I have and what I'm trying to accomplish. All right. TD, that's mine. And I'm gonna stick and I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna stick beside. I can't even play that video no more, man. I got like 4 copyrights off of that. That one video, I got like 4 copyrights off of it. Yeah, it's mine. I'm going to stick with him. I love him. Haters are always going to hate TD. I know, man. Goodell needs to remove Snyder before Ross. Wow. Sub them, bro. Appreciate you, Caleb Rhymes, for subbing to the channels, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. Pork and beans, one step. It was close, but if his charges are clear, there is no chance you are taking. You know he's an elite QB, so what's the point of all the trade talk if he's not going to pursue him now? Ross is incompetent. Yeah, but I think they don't put their foot in their mouth. They done officially committed to Tua. If all his charges are cleared and the lawsuit is even dropped and all of that, I think that they're still not going to go after him. And that's going to be the biggest. I mean, y'all got to think about it. Y'all got to think about our track history. We go back as far as missing out on Drew Brees, missing out on Herbert. And let's just say Watson's stuff is clear, to just bypass him because you want to try to make Tua work. That would be the biggest epic failure of all time. But I don't know, man. Even though they talk big game about Tua, it still ain't dead, to be truthful. I mean, teams, this is what they're supposed to do. Talk highly, new coach, and believe in their guy. But if they pull the trigger and upgraded the position, I wouldn't be surprised. Everybody else would be. I still wouldn't be surprised because you got to do what you got to do in this league. It ain't. It's business. It's business. Um, that Titans game was a scheme from the scene from the apocalypse. They grounded all flights nearby, and Tua supposed to drop dimes. Stop hating. What? They grounded all flights nearby, and Tua supposed to drop dimes. Stop hating. I'm gonna get the all 22 for the Titans game for slipping Jimmy. You just stay tuned, slipping. I saw the all 22 film. I decided not to go live about it because it was so embarrassing. Don't tell me they grounded all flights. When we watch the all 22 on the Titans, you just make sure you present. We're gonna see how many flights they grounded. It's gonna be real interesting. TD, you're trolling, got all these haters worked up. I ain't gonna lie. I think I might actually be the master troller because to get that many people mad and going after me and stuff like that, I'm definitely succeeding in that area. I am definitely winning in that area. But I tell y'all, I always tell my real subscribers, don't follow me on Twitter. And if you do, don't believe nothing I say. Some of these people are so rude and disrespectful, I intentionally run their blood pressure on Twitter. Half the stuff on Twitter I don't even mean. I just be going at people. And they be mad. So I tell all my real subscribers, don't follow me on Twitter because half of it ain't even real. It's just me having fun with it. And if you do follow me for a laugh, don't take it serious though. Okay? So we don't agree. We haters. No, that's what they are. No, my haters actually go over and beyond to try to do things to smear me. My haters make blanket statements like you're doing this but have no evidence. My haters can't even explain why they hate me. So if that doesn't apply to you, I'm not saying you're my hater. It's that simple. TD, D1 might be your biggest hater. D1, he the one started all this. I ain't gonna lie to you. D1 is the one that started all this. He going all on my social media, trying to defame me, trying to say this and that. D1 is the one that started all of this, man. I ain't even gonna lie. He is the culprit that started it all. He got everybody. He telling people to retweet. Let me tell you how far D1 is going. It's funny to me though. Let me tell you how far he going. He's going in every Facebook group, dropping videos and stuff, trying to down me. Like Facebook groups. People like, bro, I done seen this in 3 different Facebook groups today. What is up with him? He must really hate you. That's when you know somebody ain't got a life. He the one that started all this, man. But it's all good. You ignore him. Well, I try to ignore him. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me share screen. And y'all know Master at Works, okay? Y'all know Master at Works. Master at Works is the ultimate troll. Master at Works sent this to me today, actually. If you hate Tua near, stay away from Finn subreddit. Master at Work sent this to me today, y'all. So this is a old conversation. I'm like, I said, I don't care, bro. I'm not even gonna play it. But since y'all bring up D1, I just want to laugh for a second, real quick. Master at Work sent this to me.
We have 3. They have 2
on Twitter. I mean, on Instagram. Look at this.
I mean, how many Super Bowls do you have?
This is a Giants fan debating D1 back in the day. Watch what D1 says. I want y'all to listen to this closely.
I mean, how many Super Bowls do you have?
We have 3. They have 2.
Yeah.
We got 3 Super Bowls, y'all.
Remembers yours though.
Yes, they do, because we're only undefeated. That's the only thing they remember.
You don't remember it.
I remember it every motherfucking time. I wasn't allowed for it, but I remember it.
I remember it. Who scored your first touchdown in that game?
Who scored your first
running back.
touchdown? Howard
What's his
Twiley,
name?
a wide
Buns
receiver, and he gonna
scored
talk
first
about a
touchdown.
running back.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
Mhm.
I mean, how many Super Bowls do you have?
We have 3. They have 2.
Master at Work sent that to me, man. I wasn't even gonna put it out there, man. But this guy got the nerve to call me a fake Dolphin fan. This man don't even know how many Super Bowls we won. He don't even know how many Super Bowls we won. And this is the guy who's starting all this stuff. I can't deal with that, man. But to each his own, man. TD, go back and look at all of Tua interceptions from the whole season, and I bet you will see at least 2 receivers wide open. He is done as a head coach. He's a true Panthers fan. I know, right? D1 is a fraud. Can't make that crap up. You ain't never lied. This man said we got 3 Super Bowls. How many Super Bowls you got? We got 3. They got 2. When did we win the 3rd one, y'all? Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all put in the comment section how many Super Bowls we got. I thought it was 2. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I am wrong, and I ain't thinking here. Nah, it's 2. I know it's 2. You know Master at Work's gonna find it. He like, bro, I'm defending you on Twitter. I say, bro, you ain't got to do that. Stop, man. Let the people be. I drop a comment and let them go after me, and then I just leave. Anyway, man, with Watson 7, Lord, I wish. Anyway, man, I'm about to get out of here, man. It's almost 10:30 now. It's time to go kick back, relax. I got an early morning in the morning. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We're going to see how this situation turns out. Y'all get y'all a good night's sleep. Hit that like button on your way out of here. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace. I am out.